Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sir Dwibs of England. I am joined here today by my fellow Knights of the Round Table, Sir Jover of New York, Sir Pedro
Hello.
of Portugal, and Dame Shiroy of Swansea. Welcome to our experience of Kingsman, the Secret Service, a 2014/15 movie, depending on when exactly you watched it, from the studio 20th Century Fox and directed by Matthew Vaughn, who
Oh,
also
snaps.
wrote the
That means
story.
Disney owns this now, don't they?
Yes, it was
Yeah.
Yes, it was recently taken over by the Knights of Disney, and with the screenplay written by Madame Jane Goldman, and starring a lot of people, including Colin Firth, Samuel L. Jackson, Mark Strong, newcomer Taron Egerton, and Michael Caine. And I'm going to drop the accent now, but anyway, yeah. This is a 2014-15 movie
Wait, I thought
based
you said you were
about
going to drop the accent.
Jove. Not all British people speak like we're the Queen of.
I know, but your accent hasn't changed, is my point.
Okay, whatever. So yeah, basically Matthew Vaughn's idea for this movie. Okay. It is based off a comic book, which was written by Dave Gibbons and Jover's favorite writer ever, Mark Millar.
Huh. So this is one of his better things, then. Fine.
Yeah, and
Well-
basically Matthew Vaughn and Jane Goldman's idea with this movie is, we think spy movies nowadays are a bit OTT with the seriousness. Let's make a spy movie that's a throwback to the old days. Just silly fun with enough drama in it to make it worth watching. And thus Kingsman: The Secret Service was born. And in my opinion, out of all the comic book based movies that released in 2015, it's actually my favourite one out of all of them. The other ones were an underwhelming Avengers movie, a decent Ant-Man movie, and Fant Four Stick,
Ooh.
which is interesting because, in my opinion, Fox released both the best and worst comic book movies that year.
That is, yeah, that's quite an interesting trend. Oh, wait. Didn't Days of Future Past also come out this year?
That was 2014. I said 2014 here because it first released at some panel thing called Buttonomathon.
I see.
But it came out here and in the US properly in 2015, so that's why I mentioned it there. But anyway, let's not beat about the bush any longer. Let's get started before the 20th Century Fox logo in 3, 2, 1, click.
All right, then. Let's lock and load.
Yes.
Also, Jover, you'll have to wait for the sequel before any Americans come in. Well, okay, good Americans, as in ones on the good side of the movie.
Actually, fun fact, at the time of this recording, I actually have seen Kingsman: The Golden Circle. Yeah, I actually saw that movie in theaters with my sister.
I
And
don't want to talk about it right now.
I'll just say this, maybe it's because I haven't seen the first Kingsman movie, but I actually liked it. Granted, from what I understand, it is apparently hated by a lot of fans, but I liked it. Granted, I haven't seen the first one, so maybe seeing this will give me some context as to why it's not as good and help me prep for our actual commentary of Golden Circle, as well as apparently Kingsman, which is coming.
So we begin in the Middle East
Like all good movies do, of course.
in 1997.
Huh. Okay, good.
Who-
Oh,
Yeah.
they got a good first impression with the titles literally leaping out at us and
Hey,
an
guys,
interesting
did you know-
score.
Did you know that explosions generate letters?
Look at that, the title coming to you in 3D.
Oh, let me guess. This movie was probably all the rage in 3D, wasn't it?
Well, I don't know. I didn't see it in 3D.
Okay. So the score was composed by Henry Jackman and Matthew Margeson.
Huh. Okay, so this is one of Henry Jackman's good scores.
Well, it wasn't just Henry Jackman.
Well, most of his scores are good. I mean, the only bad score of his that I can think of is the one he did for Civil War.
I've also heard people aren't too much a fan of his
what's it,
Winter Soldier one.
Oh yeah, he also did Winter Soldier, didn't he?
Yeah,
Okay,
the
fine.
it's weird because you'd think that he would have done great with
Wait.
those, but what?
Was it? Was it? Whatever.
Yes, it was Henry Jackman for both Civil War and Winter Soldier.
I like Colin Firth.
Merlin.
So yeah, here's an interesting case. One of the rare times Mark Strong plays a good guy.
Yep.
So who does he play exactly?
Merlin. He's basically he's the tech guy, but he's also going to be the guy in charge of training new Kingsmen because this one just went kablooey.
So the idea with these guys is that they're essentially the Knights of the Round Table, but in modern times.
So this is London suburbia.
So yeah, he left behind a wife and a kid.
I wonder what that kid's going to go on to do.
Be in a crap Robin Hood movie.
And be named after breakfast.
And and play Elton John.
Wait,
lady,
seriously?
Lady, you are aware that that's not really doable, right?
I mean, I know you're in grief right now.
So the guy who plays Eggsy goes on to play Elton John. I guess probably in his younger years,
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Yep.
Yes, and in the movie that came out the same year that the writer of that movie also wrote Cats.
Was Elton John a good
Interesting
movie?
here.
Yeah.
Oh, so
No, but Elton John did give his approval.
so 2 bad movies. Ouch.
Oh no. Rocket Man's a great movie.
Oh, I thought you said it was a bad movie when I asked is Elton
No.
John good?
Rocket Man was great. Cats.
Oh God, no. So again,
No one's gonna tell you Cats is a good movie.
So basically, once again,
Not even Andrew Lloyd Webber will tell you that.
So basically, once again, 2 movies on different ends of the spectrum.
Argentina, 17 years.
Oh, hi, Mark Hamill.
Hey, Mark Hamill.
Huh.
And using his voice acting skills in live action, he's basically he's playing the Joker as if he were a British guy.
So basically, the Joker, if he had ended up being played by,
Michael Caine.
Tim Curry. No, remember, originally Tim Curry was supposed to voice the Joker. Mark Hamill was just an understudy who ended up being the main Joker.
So yeah, Professor. Okay, he's got a name, but Professor Hamill is in a bit of a bind.
So what are your thoughts on his take on the accent, Wibbs?
It's not too bad. I mean, he had years of experience as a voice actor by this point.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Mark Hamill can actually act very well in live action.
Well, yeah, I've seen that.
He's Luke freaking Skywalker. No crap, he can't.
Huh, that guy was doing pretty good for a guy who was literally shot in the stomach a few times.
Amazing, isn't it?
I guess there's some wacky stuff going on in this universe.
And this movie being known for some very interesting fight choreography.
Yeah, for a movie that's rated R, it's very playful. And not like in, a Deadpool kind of playful way, but more like, well, it feels lighthearted. Like, the R rating is literally only there because we actually show people getting shot physically.
Well,
This movie serves
someone's
as
at the door.
This movie serves as a throwback to old school spy movies back when.
Oh. Well, snap.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a good reason for that R rating.
So, so here's Gazelle, played by the best part of the Mummy 2016, Sophia Boutella.
Wasn't she the one who played the mummy herself?
Oh, 2017, sorry, 2017. And she was also in Star Trek Beyond in 2016.
So, is she the bad guy or the good guy?
The bad guy.
Even though we had another guy taking out the other bad guys, so what is going on here?
He was a Kingsman before he got cut in half. And here's the main villain of the piece, Samuel L. Jackson. Playing a complete nerd.
You know what? Yeah, I can see him making this work. So, Nick Fury kind of went a bit dark in between Avengers Age of Ultron and Infinity War.
And he also developed a complete aversion to violence. Yeah, seriously, it's like I just mentioned. Any form of violence that he sees actually makes him sick.
Interesting.
Which, I mean, it does show that Samuel L. Jackson has great range as an actor.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I don't think anybody ever doubted that.
You can go from battle-hardened veteran working with some of the most well-known comic book heroes of all time, to playing villain who if he so much as sees a drop of blood, he goes. Ugh.
Well, believe it or not, Pedro, there used to be a time when people thought Samuel Jackson could only do the rough and tough guys who swear heavily. You know, forgetting he was in stuff like Unbreakable, Star Wars, or
Sure. Well, here's the thing when it comes to that. No, of course, like you yourself said, Unbreakable already disproved that notion anyway. But like the only role where I don't particularly care much to see Samuel Jackson in is the wise old mentor role. Like for that, you get Forrest Whitaker.
So here we have glasses that show off holograms.
So yeah, as a tradition, every time one of their own dies, they have to down a shot of that.
So now even Lancelot is gone.
So they need a replacement.
You know, Mark.
So Sinestro had great plastic surgery and is now just some guy.
I was about to say, Mark Strong definitely looks different here than in other movies I've seen him in.
Well, I mean, he wasn't all that odd looking in Sherlock Holmes.
So the tech guy is called Merlin. Yeah, I get it, you know, like how Merlin supplied the magic, this guy supplies the tech.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it seems awfully fitting to have Mark Hamill in a comic book movie.
But yeah, Mark Hamill was there. He wasn't reported as missing.
Huh.
Alright, you do. Someone just died.
Oh?
Yeah, he's an elitist.
I mean, geez, Alfred, I know you were taking Bruce's apparent death in Dark Knight Rises hard, but staying, seriously?
Yeah, you're in charge of something for the first time, and you became a huge douche.
You know the
So anyway,
amazing.
here's the guy who, despite being playing the lead character, got no mention of his name on the poster.
I know, right?
It's because, well, his name is not exactly, like very well known, so they used Colin Firth to sell the movie.
Didn't
And
they?
Michael
And
Caine.
yeah, what seems to be a weird thing in these kinds of movies, whenever a woman's nice, well-meaning husband dies, she somehow ends up with douches.
It's the step parents' curse. They always have to be evil and vile some way. And apparently the mother became a crap parent because she doesn't take care of the baby well either.
Wow, Jova, you're going more hard on the mom?
Well, I mean, okay, both of them, seriously though, pay mind to the baby. Also, she doesn't seem to be actually complaining about him kissing her
But
like
yeah,
that, and she married him for some reason.
Well, they're not married; they're just together. But yeah, like they just said, the mom won't leave because she's got her self-esteem is right through the floor.
Hmm.
Oh no, it's British Biff.
Pretty
British
much.
bit.
Complete
kinda
with the
looks a little
throb and
bit like-
everything.
He even looks a little bit like him.
Britiff. I shall nickname him Britiff.
Yeah. Yeah, Hexy is very light-fingered.
So I noticed that they call each other bruv.
Yeah.
Is that the British equivalent of bro?
Yes.
Yeah, like brothers and brother.
Okay.
So yeah, in retaliation for him retaliating for hearing them talk shit behind his back, they nicked his car.
Oh boy.
So basically, there's over there. You don't say dude bro, you say dude bruv. Right.
Now I just say bruv.
Oh.
Dude's not really. Yeah. For it.
Well, let's see. That'll get him about 2 stars.
Wah, wah, wah.
Oh, the police.
Oh boy.
Oh,
I gotta say, it's amazing how he can reverse all this.
I know, right?
way.
Like they've done this before.
He must
How
have.
can anyone reverse all this way in bloody London?
Just to show how Eggsy is good with his car.
Well, it's not his car, but
Okay, how good his driving skills are.
yeah. Cat!
Oh dear.
Oh,
Busted.
Well, it was.
I don't know,
worth
it's a fox, sorry.
oh yeah, it looks fun.
Oh, but look at that. He cares about the animals. It shows that he cares about life and all that.
Oh yeah, ram a police car, that'll make you
Well-
look even better.
Well, he said he cares about the animals, not the humans. Who
Well,
gives
that's
a
it.
shit about the
Well, Joe-
humans?
Well, Joe, but that's usually how you do these things. Like that's why at the beginning of Aladdin we see Aladdin giving out that piece of bread to the
Oh, yeah.
children.
I actually, that guy playing the police interrogator, I actually recognized his voice. He
Oh.
does a lot of voice work in our adverts. It's like he's the voice equivalent of that British guy whose name you can't remember.
So what you're telling me is Matthew came to him and he was all like, you know what? I love your voice in the advert. Want to play a part in my movie?
Yeah.
So Mark Millar was involved with this movie, was he?
Well, no. All he did was write the comic.
He wrote the original comic, Joe, but he wasn't involved in this movie. So any potential problems might arise from Mark anyway probably would have been taken out from this adaptation anyway.
Okay, I should probably explain, folks. Mark Millar is by no means an outright terrible writer. However, he is a writer who can get way too full of himself and sometimes thinks he can do no wrong, and thus he sometimes turns out junk like Civil War.
The original comic, not to be confused with the movie, which is radically different.
Oh, trust me, the movie defied a lot of expectations by actually being good because, okay, look, Civil War is pretty much the epitome of good idea but terrible execution. Again, it's not to say that Mark Millar only writes crap. He can write good stuff. It's just that he's one of those guys who, like, it seems to depend on what kind of mood he's in and whatnot, and he doesn't always take criticism the best.
So that little Kingsman trinket he had is actually pretty much a get out of jail free card.
One thing left to him from his father.
I'll be right back.
So what is the idea, like, hey, you're a Kingsman? Alright then, feel free to break the law.
Basically.
So, Shiroi, what's your history with the Kingsman franchise?
I've seen its fight style referenced everywhere, and that's almost it, really.
Well,
and also
actually,
this scene. I think Pedro showed me this scene.
Oh yeah, this
scene.
scene.
This is the scene where we first see the first real big showcase of what exactly Matthew Vaughn is going with when it comes to the action of this movie, because the action of this movie is unapologetically over the top, and it absolutely relishes in it.
Mm-hmm. And again, in such a way that you can tell when it's being referenced because it has such a specific style.
Yeah.
It all went tits up.
Yeah, that's a common phrase here. It means stuff's gone to shit. It's gone tits up.
Pretty much.
But tits is also tits is.
I know. That word is also used for that around here too. But still.
I don't get you guys.
Foreign expressions are fun, aren't they?
It's like a National Legacy where we had a guy who says titbit. Titbit?
Oh yes, a titbit. I'm sure everyone would love that in their lives.
I'm sure me and Dwibs will translate any other Britishisms that appear in this movie.
Well, that's the thing, Shiro. When I asked you what a titbit was, you didn't know what it was either.
No, I don't know what that is. I don't Level 5's localization team are something special. I don't know where they're getting these from.
Wait, so what is it?
But they hail from your freaking country, though.
Granddad? He doesn't look that old.
Yeah, I know, right?
Not really. By this point, he was still in his 40s, I think, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, he looks more like a father than a grandfather.
By the time the movie released, he was 55.
Oh, really? Huh.
Also, what does Red Boy...
Hang on, check this out.
Oh, boy. Now you're locked in.
You're really going to walk up to the guy who locked the door on you?
Well, they think it's just some old harmless duffer.
Here we go.
Ooh! Down in one hit.
Hey, a glass to the head could really hurt.
Well, at least they tried to attack him all at once. So yeah, if there's one thing I've seen even from the sequel and known about this, it's that Kingsman definitely has an interesting variation. It likes to be comic book as heck, and it doesn't care if it gets laughed at for doing it. It just looks damn awesome doing it.
The music and all.
I mean, it is based off a comic book, so.
Oh, there you go. Bulletproof umbrella. Do you have
Wow.
do you have those in jolly old London?
Yeah, sure.
I wish.
Sure. They're right next to the rocket launcher traffic cones.
Amnesia. So there you go, Jova. You know how the older James Bond movies are known for having these incredible gadgets disguised as common objects? There you go. This movie has plenty of those, and I love them.
It definitely feels like a good modernization of a trope here. Like, oh yeah, it still has the silly stuff, but it does it in a way that, the moviegoer can still enjoy it, not question constantly.
Aren't you gonna drink your pint, dude?
Jesus, everyone knows his father but him.
Let me guess, his father was the best of the business. So much so that Eggsy is famous by proxy.
Oh, thank God! I don't want to be. I don't want to be watched.
He put something on his back, didn't he?
Yeah, and there's one thing you could say in some cases against Matthew Vaughn is that he's about as subtle as if I walked up to somebody and hit him.
Well, this movie's not really meant to be subtle anyway.
Yeah. Also, hi Fox. Oh yeah, this is. Oh yeah, I remember. This was back when Sky and Fox were owned by the same people.
Huh.
Now 20th Century Fox is owned by Disney, and Sky is owned by Comcast.
Oh, great.
So yeah, Dean is typical abusive British douche.
Why does he care about who he was in the pub with?
Ooh. Now, where did he have the time to put the audio?
Okay.
And now for some parkour.
Jesus, everyone's trying to kill Eggsy today.
Yes. Gotta keep one jump above the bread line.
He pretty much is British Aladdin, isn't he?
I've got another. It is something I thought of. I wonder how many British terminologies this film can throw that neither Jova or Pedro have heard of.
Well, a lot of these
That's why I said we should translate.
I actually have heard of, but I'm interested to see.
That's the thing with I still don't understand why the hell would we do that thing where you have your tits up or whatever the hell that was.
It's basically a way of saying that things have gotten
I
screwed.
get that.
To be the two-finger salute.
I get that. It's just that the word choice is very, very problematic.
Well, that's how it tends to be over in British countries. They come up with very colorful swears, as we all do.
Yes, we do.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in Scotland. Never heard of it.
Is it just listing films he was in?
Of course he was in those, wasn't he?
Let me see. He wasn't in Trading Places.
Oh, but he has seen My Fair Lady. There you go.
I've at least seen the musical, not the movie.
He wasn't in Nikita.
Just like your father.
Of sorts.
And he wasn't in Pretty Woman either. Are those films that he wished he was in?
I think you're thinking a bit too hard about that joke, though.
Yes, believe it or not, there actually is such a thing.
Uh-huh.
Like MI6 or something?
No. Even deeper.
Yeah, see? Yeah, we have integrity.
Are you talking about the organization or the elevator?
Bit of A, bit of B, maybe.
Yeah.
This looks like it would
All
make
right,
a great
let's go on the
universe.
tube.
This thing looks like it looks like it would make a great Universal Studios ride.
I know, right?
Well, Jover, it could make a good Disneyland ride.
True, yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time Disney has actually made a ride based off of an R-rated picture.
You're late.
Should have taken the ultra super fast tubes.
They're out of service.
Of course they are.
Oh my god, these are amazing toy models of planes.
Yes, but we zoomed in on them enough to make them look big enough. Stop living now.
Come on. Stop staring at the planes. Yeah, he does kind of stick out a bit from everybody.
Yes.
The rest of you will, not. Hmm?
And Eggsy's mother is none the wiser to the fact that her son is following in his father's
Damn,
footsteps.
shit. It's bad enough they have to be put in the bag if they break confidentiality, but they're next of kin?
Wow.
It's to give them extra motivation not to break confidentiality.
Jeez.
Yeah, Eggsy. We're posh.
Was the director of this British?
Yeah,
Okay then, well.
and so was the writer.
So it's technically y'all stereotyping yourselves then.
Secret source.
Huh.
Yeah, basically that hand movement there was just basically calling someone. Okay.
Is it really?
Wow.
How nice, they stitched him back together.
So it's a this is fine kind of situation then.
Yes. Oh god, you're one of those bad guys, aren't you?
Gee, I wonder who he's talking to.
Yes, I wonder.
Himself?
Obama, of course.
Well, never mind, it wasn't himself.
Huh.
No, it was Obama. Or at the very least, someone heavily implied to be Obama.
Interesting.
Okay.
Is this movie implying that
one.
Obama's in on an evil villain scheme?
I don't know.
Interesting.
The Brits, the well, actually, no, Samuel L. Jackson is American, so that wouldn't work.
What?
Surprise water test.
I guess you
Either
have
that
to
or-
be literally.
Either that or someone severely wetting the bed.
You literally.
So, what about those body bags being scare tactics, huh?
Yeah.
I love how I find it interesting in that the guys all sleep in the same room as the girls.
Well,
Instead
you
of
know,
having separate rooms for. Well,
I guess when studying for the Knights of the Round Table, you have to, be used to
Yeah,
stuff
actually-
like co-ed.
let go of your inhibitions.
Yeah, okay, so, like what Eggsy said, why can't you just open the door? Ah.
Well, crud.
Yeah.
You're gonna run out of air. Yeah, you might wanna.
Could you imagine if someone was trying to sleep? Could you imagine if someone slept through this?
There's none left for him, is there?
Not to worry, he has a plan. Yeah, that's gonna work.
Oh!
Oh,
Never mind.
You'd think this would, I don't know, break his hand or something, but I guess not.
Maybe they put it there in case somebody tries it, to try and teach them to think outside the box.
well, trying not to drown the task.
Wait, but you're pitting us against each other. Now you're saying we're supposed to learn about teamwork?
Well, team. Well, my guess is the judge. Oh,
Oh.
Oh.
Well, damn.
I genuinely don't think she expected this, though.
It's serious business.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Maybe
Wow,
sometimes they might have to deal with unexpected teamwork.
Before you see this on screen, Colin Firth and Mark Hamill.
Colin Firth strangling Mark Hamill.
I'm not so much strangling him, like grabbing him by the ear.
Oh.
What? What?
Oh. See, going through a window is valid. I appreciate the very colorful outfits he keeps wearing.
Yes. It's the perfect way to confuse your opponents, honestly. Wow, even the MI6 didn't know.
I'm rich. I don't have to give a fuck.
It's interesting how he has a bit of a lisp.
Yeah, by teamwork, Joker, I think they meant teamwork with the other Kingsman you'll hopefully become a part of.
Yes.
So there you go. Pick your doggo.
And it will be with you for the rest of your life, apparently. So what happens when it gets old? And where is Galahad's?
No.
It's a pug.
It'll get a little bigger than that.
He's the closest thing to a father he's had, and now he may be dying. Sucks.
Yeah, because
Poor kid's life really is some shit, isn't it?
his actual dad died. His stepdad's a giant douche.
Ugh.
JB.
God damn it, JB.
Oh, no. Oh. Yeah, pick
there
him
you
up
go.
and run.
Technically, I'm not holding him.
A training montage.
Hey, some dogs really are that stubborn when they're puppies.
I'm sure he and that dog are gonna be the best
There you
somehow.
go. I'm going. This is his great master plan. I'm going to become the biggest manufacturer of SD cards on the planet.
My
Well,
God.
SIM cards, but yeah.
Is he working with Nintendo by any chance?
Oh,
One of our mates literally died from this.
Trauma is funny. Ha 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 ha. Also, the poor dog. I mean,
Yeah.
what did the puppy do? If anything, what did he do?
I'm a
That
douche.
just-
I'm a douche. That means I don't give a crap about those things.
I'm a university-educated douche.
Exactly. See?
Oh boy, written exams.
Well, you gotta have good knowledge
Theory.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
A what?
What a
A
charming
what
fellow
lesbian?
you are.
What?
A one-legged
You
one,
said a
apparently.
one-legged lesbian.
A one-legged lesbian.
Like, is
Okay.
that a saying, or does she actually have one leg? Like, I don't.
I think
I don't
the
know.
idea...
I don't know. I was hoping you'd be able to explain this to us.
Okay, the idea is that she has a disability and she's a minority, so instant favor.
I guess
Hey, that's two minority groups.
I don't even.
What do those two have to do with each other, though?
It's the idea that you
No,
know...
No. I get no. I got it, Jova. I got it. One-legged African lesbian. There you go. You've got all three covered. You're immune to anything.
So, our villain here... I don't think we've really established what his name is quite yet, but he seems to be getting together a little posse of sorts. Oh god, who was the Prime Minister around this time?
Actually, this is the Swedish Prime Minister.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn!
Wow, Matt. Gee, I wonder what side Matt is on the political landscape. Gee.
Gets even more explicit in the next movie.
Yeah, with the whole President Trump is bad overtones, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, basically, okay, I don't like Trump either, but that bit of that movie was just basically, okay, I get it,
Oh, yeah.
and not the fun kind either.
As someone who has seen the sequel, I know exactly what you're talking about, and, well, yeah, damn.
So now he's got one of those implants.
There you go. You've got your very own SD card. Now you can store memories inside it instead of your brain.
Huh. Wow. It looks like Galahad is suddenly cosplaying as Arthur Fleck for some reason. Huh. Huh. Valentine. Some spies you are. So what is he, like a villainous Steve Jobs or something?
So I don't like what he says here, though.
no games consoles?
There you go. Free internet for everybody!
Yay!
Well, that's one way to corner the market.
We have to stop him.
Free calls, free internet for everybody.
No one gets free internet. Like who?
Robert Downey Jr.?
I don't know. But anyway, here's the next part of the Kingsman aptitude tests, I guess.
Oh boy.
Please don't say I'm top of something. You're making it worse.
Well, I really think that, you'll soar to great heights. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you'll feel like you're on top of the world. Shit.
On cloud 9, damn it.
Look, you'll succeed, okay? There you go.
Reach for the sky. Fuck.
Hey, I can see Edinburgh from here. Jocks.
Reminds me of the opening to the Power Rangers 1995 movie. Just do it!
Whee!
Sure would suck if somebody's parachute malfunctioned. It looks beautiful from this height here. I mean, it sucks if, you don't release the parachute, but for now it looks cute.
Yeah, get a nice view of the English countryside.
Yeah, the music is definitely on point.
Yeah, so basically they have to land on the target without being spotted on the radar.
Okay, that may be a bit tricky.
Uh-huh.
God damn it. Merlin, you dick!
Sometimes I wonder if this was actually meant to be a
what?
Yeah. I'm sure they'll feel just as impressed as you are. But yeah, I'm wondering actually, was this actually meant to be a Kingsman recruitment examination process, or is he secretly planning to assassinate all these people? Because
Watch it turn out in Kingsman 3 he was actually a bad guy all along.
well, I mean, we're getting a prequel first.
Oh god, what if they establish in the prequel he was a bad guy and then he's actually going to show up as the main villain in Kingsman 3? Despite what happens in Gold Circle.
Yes, because I am quite sure that in the 1910s era he was alive back then.
Well, immortality, would that really be out of place in the Kingsman movie?
Yes.
What do you do when someone is, left to go?
If you're these guys, let them go.
Damn. Ah,
And you jump. I mean, considering you're making all these bizarre tests, you kind of deserve it.
oh snap! I think he was actually getting worried there.
Did anyone break their legs?
No.
I broke my back, though.
They broke something.
All right, so who passed and failed? They're out.
Oh dear.
I'm sure it was picked randomly, dude. There you go.
Huh.
Wow.
I think he's
One minute
actually
you-
learned something, though.
Yeah. 1 minute you're pissed at her, the next you're like, oh, I'm so happy.
Well, you know, I guess he's happy to know that he actually did have a parachute on him.
In the meantime, let's see how Galahad's mission goes.
Devere.
Huh. How nice of him. Depends which markets you're on about.
Hmm.
Okay, so what kind of luxury dinner are we in store for?
Hmm. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Yeah.
Get it?
I'm
Because he's
loving it.
American, right?
Have you guys ever had a McDonald's with champagne with wine before?
No. Shiroi?
I tend to have my McDonald's with some Coca-Cola, so not really wine food.
Okay, you know what? Next time I have a McDonald's, I'll have wine with it.
Ah, to
I mean,
make
in
it
some countries you
fancy.
can have a beer with it.
Huh.
But I'm not really a beer person.
Me neither. Oh.
Yes, thank you.
Wait, I didn't catch that. What was that?
He prefers the older Bond movie. Yeah, like what he said.
Yeah, that's basically me.
That's some
basically-
subtlety, my dude.
That's when I knew this movie was for me.
You know, this is one of those movies where I love how not subtle it is. Like, sure, yeah, it does lead to me sort of guessing some things incredibly quick, but by God, like I said, it's a movie that knows what it is and it's proud of it. Damn it.
It's fun.
Basically, picture like this: we're talking about Casino Royale. You're Samuel Jackson, and I'm Galahad. When it comes to us talking about Casino Royale, there you go. A bit too serious
this-
for my taste.
Which Casino Royale are we talking about?
The 2006 one.
Ah, okay.
Does that line have the same energy as the York making the first-person shooter comment?
Oh, he put a nano tracker in his wine.
Of course.
Well, that's the thing, Shira. That was more so Matt making like a proper stance of how he doesn't like serious spy movies and he just prefers the good old-fashioned Bond movie stuff. York was literally taking a jab at FPS gamers. So.
Damn, yeah. Jeez, what's next? The Queen of England?
From what I can understand, from what I've seen, and from what Dibs has told me, this is simultaneously Matthew's biggest strength and at the same time his biggest weakness. His complete lack of subtlety. Sometimes it works really well in his favor, other times not really.
What other kinds of movies has he done, if I may ask?
Mainly, really over-the-top action-y movies like this. He also did Kick-Ass.
Ah.
Yeah, I love Kick-Ass. Like I see, when he's just doing something really fun and action-packed and lighthearted without any kind of pretensions to it, aside from that, it always works really well. When he tries to do some kind of social commentary or political commentary, that's when things get dodgy because his complete lack of subtlety makes it really eye-rolling.
So, what's like, a bad movie of his, would you say?
Well, according to this, according to it's called
Golden
Circle. Yeah, according to I haven't seen it yet, but what Web's told me about it convinced me that it was really not for me.
I've seen Golden Circle. I don't hate it, but there are definitely things that despite liking the movie, there were things that I watched that even I could tell were kind of iffy. Basically anything having to do with the American president, because Jesus flipping Christ.
So basically now their task is to try and woo this girl.
Oh. Well, I guess this girl is bisexual then, in order for, Roxy to give it a try as well.
Maybe, well, Jova, maybe we're operating on porno logic. In pornos, every woman is a bisexual. So,
ain't that the truth? I love how the wooing is considered the last class. In a way, it's almost like it's a James Bond Academy of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
Oh shit.
Let me guess, this was the lead into the real task at hand.
Yeah. Being in a 1920s movie.
He literally tied him to the train tracks.
Yes.
Ooh.
So let me get this straight. 1 minute we're trying to woo a girl, the next we're tied to the train tracks. It's a test, isn't it?
Yeah, this is part of it.
Would have been fun.
Oh.
Yep. Could you imagine if they forgot to do that before it was too late?
Or it broke.
Bloody well done.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this ought to be interesting.
I mean, actually, yes, I do.
Oh.
Well,
Well, I guess at least let him live with his failure.
That was quite the failure, my dude.
So what? Is Arthur his dad or something?
no, he's just gonna leave him there.
It's this is what's great about Michael Caine. Like even he doesn't need to be in a big role to just be awesome.
So what? So what? Was that guy like the son of Arthur or his grandson or something?
No, I guess it was Arthur's favorite of the candidates. I guess I don't know.
So, just a day to spend with their tutors.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's also a trick. Oh god.
There's every single headline in the Sun like this with like speed camera outrage.
Yes.
We shall never surrender.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
seriously,
yeah.
the Sun was the Sun the pioneer of clickbaiting, of the art of clickbaiting. In this case, reading bait.
Well, I mean, they do have an online site, so technically they are clickbaiting.
No, but seriously, look at those headlines. Like, seriously, that's a reading bait I've ever seen. It's Sweet Tooth, gone. Like, it's everything in giant letters.
That is the more of our papers are like that too, like the Daily Fail, for example.
Is every newspaper entity concerned about lack of sales that to the point where they have to make sure every single cover jumps out at you?
Yeah. Also, apparently, he saved Margaret Thatcher from being assassinated.
Next thing you'll be telling me that if the MI6 was working at the America, they could have saved President Kennedy or something. Well, they might as well while they're at it.
So yeah, to make sure that no one hacks into his system, he makes a bioscan in his hand.
Well, gotta give him credit. He's a very genre-savvy villain.
Oh, trust me, Jova. Like, you haven't seen him at his most genre savvy yet.
Really?
Yep.
Damn straight, as the second movie shows.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Of course.
And a top hat while we're at it.
Oh my god, can you imagine? Professor Layton as a man of letters.
Well, Leighton already knows how to sword fight, and he's very physically fit in all of the games.
And he was able to literally make a machine gun out of lottery tokens.
So yeah, technically he does possess all the abilities that a Kingsman needs to have.
Although
according to Merlin.
can he skydive?
He can, Joe, but he did so in Azure Legacy. So.
Oh yeah, he did.
So yeah, Herschel could have become a Kingsman.
That would be a very interesting crossover. Wonder if there's a Leighton Kingsman fan fiction.
Well, remember, like much like Eggsy, Herschel is an orphan. So, well, not a complete orphan because he still has his mom, but he has family tragedy. So maybe we could have had some kind of alternate timeline where Galahad recruited Herschel instead of him being taken to somebody else's house.
Any revolvers? Revolvers are cool.
They're not sophisticated or classy enough.
Again, second movie says otherwise. Oh!
Gee, I
Love
wonder
that.
what Bond movie they're referencing there.
That one is classic. Yeah.
So basically what they're implying is that Galahad here is some of the old James Bond days.
Can you imagine that in The Wizard of Oz?
Oh god, that would be awesome.
Of course, gotta have the pen.
So yeah, basically you can inject the poison into you can basically put poison in someone's tea, but even if they drink the tea, the poison won't actually do anything until you activate it with the pen.
Huh.
Just 3 clicks, arms it, whoops, and then another 3 clicks, disarms it. There you go.
And then the room blew up.
How many clicks did you say it was again? Oh, grow up 007.
I actually saw an alternate ending when the room blew up. Yeah, put it back, Eggsy. Come on.
Don't touch that.
That's
My
my
lunch. Yeah.
What?
Oh.
Of course Samuel Jackson cleans up very, very, very nicely.
Also, yeah. Also, one of his characteristics is that he has a list.
Yes.
Yeah, he can't wear those hats.
Huh, look at that. Apparently Valentine agrees with you, Pedro.
Yep. You all. It's hard to understand you people. You all talk so funny. That pretty much sums it up. Thanks, Sam.
Well, fuck you too.
There you go. See.
Damn.
But of course, the hat is rigged.
Samuel L. Jackson in a top hat. Don't know how much I've needed this until now.
Even better, a rigged top hat.
You know, the funny thing is, like, considering all the lore involving Alfred Pennyworth, this actually would not be out of character for Alfred to be involved with.
James Bond, Jason Bourne.
Ah,
Get it? Because this film's made by Fox. And Fox also made 24.
Oh, shoot. Does that mean Disney owned 24 now, too?
Oh crap.
Yes. Oh. I thought he was going to shoot it.
Is this still a test?
Yes.
Oh.
Remember, Shirai, to be a Kingsman, you have to be willing to sacrifice your next of kin in times of great. In times of, like, if you're, let's say, a fellow agent becomes a traitor. So.
Despite being told that you will be, you know, living with this dog for the rest of your life, we are now
Well,
telling
that's
you
the thing. It's
to
the
shoot it.
emotional manipulation.
That's it. That's the exact idea, Jova. Like, you never know when someone can turn against you, and you have to make a very hard choice.
Damn, the dog ain't even moving.
Well, the dog
Well, I
has
mean,
no idea
it's
what
not
the hell's
like he
going
ha-
on.
And also, it's not like he hasn't pointed a gun at him before.
Oh.
Nope.
You couldn't shoot a dog. Pah!
You see, at the very, you may have physical balls, but she has figurative balls. Much more important.
Okay, I mean, kind of seems. Okay, I guess to be fair, that is sort of to test to see how willing to do the job you'd be, but damn.
So, yeah.
Well, I mean, they're right. If somebody
Well,
does betray you, what are you gonna do?
Not just that. If you watch older Bond movies, you'll see this all the time. Like, for example, in GoldenEye, where James has to kill a guy who was once his best friend. So
Yeah, Eggsy did not make it.
Now he's got to go back home.
Yeah, he's got to go back to.
he couldn't shoot the doggo. So
I guess his mother and stepfather are okay with him coming back despite disappearing.
So Shiroi, I'm guessing you could never become a Kingsman.
I mean, there are several reasons I'd be shit at that job, but
Oh, snap! How long has he been gone?
Oh.
Seriously, how long has he gone for his little sister to have, well, gotten that big? Jesus, how openly evil can you be?
You've got no bollocks. You've got no bollocks? I thought bollocks was supposed to be like a oh crap type of thing.
yeah.
Your balls.
Yeah, but he said you've got no bollocks. When like
Yeah, that's what
Well,
it means.
bollocks is like a more elaborate term for balls, so it's
Yeah,
kind of
pretty
the same.
So,
much.
yeah. Oh boy.
insert
Galahad-
Samuel L. Jackson's line from earlier again.
Oh boy,
Like,
but
I
guys,
don't
Galahad
understand
is,
you people.
But Galahad is not happy.
Get some balls, mate.
Jesus.
Which you know it was, dude.
So it really was all elaborate fakes.
Yep.
Maybe. Okay, there are people who do, like have their pets stuffed, like for, remembering them and things, but why keep it in the bathroom?
Because to remind him of.
Hey, sure,
How-
remember,
He's even got the freaking queen involved.
Of course
Yes.
he does.
Yes, Pedro?
remember in season 1 where they had Brian's mom stuffed and
Oh,
they
God.
used they used her as a coffee table.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Again,
Jesus.
which was also by Fox. So yeah, basically now, yeah. So yeah, Colin Farrell has to go to a certain church in America, and can you guess what church this is based off of?
Oh. Subtle. Very
I'm-
subtle.
You know what? I'm not even gonna say anything. The movie's doing its job for
Yeah.
me. uh,
Those certainly are some words you're using there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. Some of which you could get beaten the crap out for.
it's interesting. Like, if the Dwebs, do the sequels do anything of that kind as well? Because I don't think this would fly nearly as well as it does as it did 5 years ago.
Well, this film only came.
Hmm.
A lovely preacher he is.
I'm sorry, Dwebs. You.
I
Could
love
you
this
repeat?
bit. I love this bit. So hail Satan.
Wow. I mean,
was just
that's a way to get someone to move.
I was just sarcastically saying that preacher is love.
Oh boy.
The infidel. Isn't that more Muslims that say that thing? Infidel.
Infidel is a thing everyone says, and
I guess.
Oh.
well, what would have happened if she wasn't, brainwashed?
And here's the most famous fight scene of the movie.
Yeah, the church fight.
The scene I'd also seen before watching the movie. I've pretty much seen most of the fight scenes, actually.
And while considering who the quote-unquote victims are in this fight scene,
True, yeah.
again, I'll follow Pedro's example and say nothing. This movie already kind of very.
Again, it's like it's like I said. This is Matthew's both his greatest strength and his greatest weakness. His complete lack of subtlety works both against him and in favor of him. Even in all of his movies, even the good ones.
Pretty
Yep,
much.
as subtle as a bag of hammers.
Really?
So yeah.
I mean, how's that working out?
So yeah, basically this wave that he activated, regardless of whether or not you have one of those SIM cards, your violence tendencies in your head get ramped up to 100.
Ah, so that's why he shot the woman in the head.
Well, I mean,
And
she
why
was a-
he's doing that. He literally flamed a guy's head and his butt. I can't tell if I was trying to just be sadistic or cheeky. Oh, 3 for 1.
Ow.
Oh god. Heads up.
Could you imagine the news reports on this story?
Yes. Quite a bit.
Controversial church goers go crazy and kill each other.
We'd say violence begets violence, but we feel the message would have been redundant given who we're talking about.
Well, there we go.
I could go for a cup of tea right now.
I bet you could.
I think he prefers a pint.
Looks like he'll need a pint after that.
Wait.
Shoot everyone a second time just to be sure.
Does he have enough bullets for that?
You know, he ran out.
I'm sure he can figure out a way.
Well, crud.
Yep.
Hmm. Oh, crap.
See?
Why would I tell?
See, Jova? I told you.
You know...
Why would I tell you that and then make it that kind of movie?
You know, without...
I could do the cliche thing, but fuck it.
You know, without spoiling the sequel...
I love this bit. Yeah, that tends to happen when you shoot them in the head.
He's
So,
a little
yeah.
squeamish.
Harry's dead.
Wouldn't be a shame if Matthew backed off. You know, went
America
back on
is
this,
doomed.
right? See, that's Matthew Vaughn in a nutshell.
Jesus
basically.
Christ. And yeah,
subtlety be damned.
you know, okay. I'll just say this without spoiling. I actually have seen that scene because of a sequel. And let's just say, they apparently didn't notice a helicopter landing right behind them, Dwibs.
That's from what I've heard. Yeah, like what Dibs told me is already enough for me, because Golden Circle commits one of those big cardinal sins that I hate in movies.
What is it?
Stories in general. Well, if I told you, it would spoil the sequel. Sure.
Yeah, let's just wait till we get to the sequel.
Again, what it is, because he told me.
Yeah.
Also, don't churches have back doors anyway, like out into the graveyard or whatever?
Yes.
Yes.
Then you should have taken the back door.
Well, sure, he was trying
Well,
to get a hold of
to be
them.
fair, he was just coming off of killing like 80 people.
So this is interesting. It's, again...
Yeah, I guess walking right into a graveyard probably wouldn't have helped.
Yeah.
And what's worse is that he literally dies. Well, okay. When his mentor dies, Eggsy has him thinking that he hated him. So, damn, no parting words saying that, oh, he was truly proud of him or anything.
So, yeah.
Maybe he was also a fan of The Purge for some reason.
Huh.
Well, I mean, Kingsman is a secretive agency. Oh.
Oh, he's a mole.
Dun, dun. Michael, how could you betray us, Michael?
It's not the first time he's played a traitor. Huh. Right. I will not be at all suspicious about your suddenly being cordial with me. Ah. Oh my god, so, if anyone ever makes a movie about the 2020 election period over here, I think we found the man who would probably be, practically begging to make that movie.
Oh,
You
God,
mean
no.
you said the 2011 one?
No, but 2020.
2020.
Oh, the 2021.
'Cause-
Well, yeah.
Because
Oh,
that's...
no, this is literally the filmmaking equivalent of screaming your point in someone's ear. Go ahead.
But yeah, seriously, I will say this. With how dramatic it's been going, the 2020 elections could probably make for a movie. And I would not be surprised if this director practically begged on hands and knees to get to make that movie. Because, holy cow.
Yeah.
If you hate
Oh
politics...
no, this year is going in history books. Eventually, whenever the curriculum actually updates those fucking things.
Hell yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the year 2020 is going to become a film genre in and of itself.
So,
I mean,
yeah.
even at the start of the year, I mean, at least from Dominic Noble, we found out that they were making quarantine erotica. So
Yeah.
Basically, Michael Caine was basically, Samuel L. Jackson's that convincing.
Yes, and it doesn't sound insane at all when you put it like that.
God damn it, Michael. He got you too.
First Now You See Me, and this too.
I was gonna ask, what did you do with the whatever that drink was, my dude?
Of course.
Yeah.
And now we wait.
Ooh.
Oh, he switched the drinks, didn't he?
Well, he has a sleight of hand, as we've seen.
You played yourself, Michael. Played yourself.
Yep.
I love how as he died, he lost his posh accent and just died doing like stereotypical London accents. You dirty fucking prick.
We had a SIM card all along.
A bloody SIM card.
Yeah, put it on your phone. I'm sure nothing.
Is that his phone, though, or the dead guy's phone?
I think it's the dead guys.
Arthur.
Oh yeah, so she's Lancelot now.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it might be you. Okay, no.
Can you imagine, though? That could mean that the entire Kingsman service was in his pocket.
Yeah, but Mark Strong being a bad guy is a bit of a stereotype.
It's like Sean Bean dying in movies.
Yeah, funny enough, the year this movie came out, that was the year that actually averted that.
With
Sean Bean was in
pixels of
two-
all movies.
And
but
Jupiter
Sean-
Ascending.
and The Martian.
So free
And
movies.
And he didn't die.
Huh. It's like in 2011, where he played a character who is supposed to die, but he didn't die.
Your Halo suit.
Halo suit? Oh, well,
No,
Cue
no,
the
this
Halo.
pro-
Jova, cue the Halo theme.
Oh. Look at the evil Swedish Prime Minister, like...
Well, to put it in the movie's own words, Jova, well, he is Republican, so...
So what? His idea is to basically essentially pull in a world apocalypse or something to...
Yeah, basically, he's gathering all the rich, important people he considers to be worthy of surviving, so that they'll be safe while everyone else kills each other.
So basically, he's literally putting in practice Kyle from South Park's idea, composition about how to make America better in season 2. You know, like, where he made this. Oh, okay. So my idea would be to kill all the poor people. That way, only rich people will live, and there will be no more poorness and hunger. The end, because they'll all be dead. The end. And then this father sees that text in horror. Like, so there you go. Samuel Jackson is gonna put that plan into practice. See how it works.
Okay, so basically, her mission is to use those balloons to float up to the edge of the atmosphere and fire a rocket at the satellite. But if she does it too late, the balloons will explode, and...
for someone who's supposed to be Lancelot, like, the only reason she even made it is because Eggsy has been helping her, really.
But don't you see, Pedro? She had the guts.
Better her than the other pricks, though.
Remember, Pedro.
Well, no crap, but still.
Remember, Pedro, according to Kingsman, the most important thing is teamwork.
Well, actually, hold on. I learned that, might as well. Well, no bollocks, Shiroi.
Well, don't you see, Pedro? The difference is that she had the guts to shoot the dog in the end.
I get that, but that's not the only requirement. That shouldn't be the only requirement, though. Or at the very least, not the primary requirement.
Maybe she shot more dogs. I don't know. We didn't see. I mean, genocide is only done en masse, so...
Yeah.
This is starting to look more and more like a cult. One of those cults that's gonna kill themselves in mass. Like...
I mean, people giving their lives makes it sound like they were willing.
Yeah.
Again, gee, I wonder who Matthew Vaughn isn't a huge fan of. Well, and Jane Goldman, I guess, since she wrote this, she was a writer on this film as well.
Didn't Matt co-write though?
Yeah, they both wrote this. It's just Matthew Vaughn directed it.
Okay.
We're totally the good guys, guys. And if anyone disagrees, well, they'll have to yell over the sound of them dying.
This will be the equivalent, like for example, like if Matthew Vaughn was the one directing Zootopia, Mayor Bellwether would literally turn to the camera and go, "By the way, I'm Donald Trump," like so. Seriously.
Well, Pedro, technically.
Here we go.
Well, Pedro, The Kingsman is a Disney movie.
True.
Look at that. He's finally all decked out in his gear.
So the glasses are just for show, then?
Well, actually, no, Sherry. The glasses are used for transmitting data.
True.
Not to mention, Shiroi, remember, glasses can conceal your identity, according to Superman logic. So,
you know, if you get a heavy enough pair of shades, they can somewhat obscure them, but they need to be just the right grade.
Could you imagine if they said permission denied? Because wait, who the fuck is this guy? I mean, could you imagine if this were a bit more realistic? It'd be like, sir, I've got an unidentified aircraft. I wasn't expecting this one. What should I do? Oh, fire. Okay. Yeah, requesting permission to land. Permission denied.
Requesting permission to land. You have my permission to die.
Hey, I didn't say permission.
Wow, this toy plane is huge.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah, okay, I know they're CGI planes, but still.
Huh. You seem a bit younger than was described in your bio.
Why does
Why was
everyone
that?
say that?
It was that elixir of life you gave me.
Also, isn't that a twist? King Arthur turned out to be the bad guy.
He's enjoying that. He gets to tell Arthur what to do.
Wait, Arthur? Did you mean
Merlin,
Merlin.
sorry.
Marlon? Yeah.
Merlin. Yeah, I mean Arthur is
Shoot, I wonder who's gonna be the new King Arthur.
Michael Gambon.
Michael Gambon.
Dumbledore.
Didn't you see the
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, the clock is ticking. Okay.
Well, okay, Pedro. I don't
All right,
remember.
ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead. Sorry.
I don't remember every detail from the sequel. To be fair.
Sure. All right, everybody. In 18 minutes, we will all ascend to a higher plane.
Though, am I the only one who sees the irony of Michael Gambon playing the new King Arthur and not the new Merlin?
Of course.
Gone pretty
Alright,
far
alright.
already, though.
Okay, you know how you hate heights? Try not to think about that right now.
Yeah, this is another thing. Yeah, like, are you sure naming her Lancelot despite her incredible fear of heights a good idea?
Well, she was
Well-
able to pass the test, so yes.
Well, that's
Gee,
the thing, Joe. As we've seen, that was mostly because Eggsy helped her.
well, gee, Pedro, maybe it's a sign that the way the Kingsman initiated people was a bit outdated, as you know, Galahad
yeah.
pointed out earlier.
Exactly.
Also,
okay.
to be fair, she didn't make a fuss about it. She still went up there despite her fear.
Oh, she did. She right. But remember, like, before she jumped, there was an entire thing with Eggsy making sure. Look, it's okay. Just like she was just frozen there. Like, so Eggsy was one who had to break her out of it, though.
Well, she was standing there ready to go, I think. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, she was still scared, but...
And
Oh, god damn.
Oh, hello.
So one of the rejects from earlier is a bad guy.
Wow.
I don't think you really have a second.
I'm sure we won't see that bully again in the sequel. Oh crap.
Oh, he's going to start the plan straight away. Sorry guys, we're going to have to cut the schedule short a little bit.
Dang. Well, everything's going tits up right now, isn't it?
Yep.
And all because of that petty bully.
Yeah.
I'm in outer space.
Now try not to burn up upon re-entry.
Maybe she was too far down for that.
What? No.
Come on, guys. Come on, guys. The stream is about to start.
Are they seriously implying that the president's office was in on this?
Well, yeah, remember that scene from earlier, Jova.
But Obama's...
They're all in on it, Jova. They're all in on it.
But wait, but Obama's...
Government conspiracies. Gotta love them.
But wait, but the White House was Democratic, so, you know, by the implication, shouldn't Obama be against this?
Politicians are evil.
But Jova, that's what they want you to think.
Good
But you
God.
see, in reality, Obama's just a mole from the Republicans.
You know, I remember when people used to think that Trump was going to be a Democratic mole because he used to be a Democrat before flipping to Republican. Oh God, were they so wrong? Oh snap!
Oh dear. Well, okay, we got rid of this.
Woo! It is working as planned, everyone.
Yeah. Sorry, bit of technical difficulties. Ew.
I'm just trying to do my job.
Yeah.
Thank you. No way. Get back in there, champ.
Yeah. I need to protect myself too, you know.
This is my favorite gun.
All right, let's see what we got. Umbrella.
Umbrella. Remember, the umbrella's got all the stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
So what else have you taken without knowing then?
Of course, he has one of his mates that can let him borrow a satellite.
So now there is a good reason for there to be a countdown.
Oh shit.
That's going to take him a bit of time then.
Oh boy.
Run.
Merlin, you may have your own issues. What? Oh!
No, that's for Eggsy.
You better run fast! I love how he's snapping his fingers in time with the music.
I mean, it's a Henry Jackman / Matthew Marge.
So, a bit of Mickey Mousing then.
Yeah, I guess. Ha. Yeah, funny you say that 4 years after this film came out.
Oh snap! He can go for the umbrella! Damn, of all the times for there to be good upload speeds, of course it's for the end of the world.
Well, for everyone except the 1%.
Well, I mean, if it's free Wi-Fi in the world for everyone at the moment, the dude has some good contacts.
Oh, is that for the plane? Famous last words. And then it turns out this was all actually a simulation.
Nah, they don't do that.
Can you imagine, though, if this were all still part of the damn training? Oh. Ha ha! Come on.
Alright, so, what about those implants?
I love how everyone's just taking their time to get into position to shoot Eggsy. Oh! Da, 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 da. Whoa, who's graduating?
Everyone's heads, apparently.
Mind blown. Literally.
Wait. So... Huh.
Wait, doesn't she have an implant?
This must be a sight to walk in on.
Oh!
Ooh.
That's unfortunate.
Oh!
I think she means a punch in the face, Jova. Or it could be a Scottish kiss,
So,
which
yeah,
is, you know.
Samuel L. Jackson wasn't going to put one of those things in his own head, did he?
I'm
Yeah,
not
there's
quite
still-
sure. I'm not quite sure those people were all innocent.
So, yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, this was the music that was going to play for everyone to dance to.
Oh dear.
Oh, dear. Yeah, could you read that line
There you
again,
go.
please?
There you go, Shiro. It turns out she did mean. Yeah.
And she's very classy about it.
Just like a princess would be.
Also, what an interesting track to.
Oh what? What? A princess can't like sex? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
That's just.
Also, what an
that's just
interesting.
bollocks.
I meant her wording, Pedro.
I think what an interesting track to use for this scene.
Yeah, I appreciate the music choices in this
Oh, goody, and now the mother's trying to get in and murder her own baby.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, Jova, even if the baby survives this, it'll be scarred for life.
Hey!
He'll be scarred for life.
Don't,
And now everybody starts to murder each other.
don't worry, baby. Your mother's just trying to break into the bathroom and kill you.
No, she's
Yeah.
rescuing you from the bathroom. That's it.
Yeah, here's mommy.
Wait, what was I doing?
Huh? Okay, that was weird. You know, this is
See,
quite a...
a loyal bodyguard to the end. And now, for Soviet brutality, use her dancing skills to kill Eggsy.
Oh, snap. Thank God the gun was bulletproof.
I mean, it'd be a pretty rubbish gun if it weren't.
Uh,
It must be a pain to walk on those.
She probably got used to them. Oh my God, can you imagine if she willingly replaced her legs with swords?
And we're starting back up again.
Oh, so it's your typical.
Oh, snap.
So it's your typical day in a European football club.
I
Okay.
was gonna say, this is actually pretty normal behavior. He didn't need to
Yeah.
put the chips in the football fans.
Actually, that looked like it was on a baseball field, so...
Well, I know that's why I said I equated it to a European. Well,
Oh, stadium fan, yeah.
Yeah, good point.
sure. In fact, actually, let me see if I can find that bit on YouTube.
Oh, wait, hold on. I'm sorry, but what's that a character for the bar fight there?
Yeah.
Woo! Work it, baby!
This is a very fun apocalypse.
Well, in
Yeah.
order to get her into this, we might as well have her use her dance steps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, what has changed? Wait. Jesus!
Here's mummy
Yeah.
indeed.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that child's going to be scared of his own mum. Can you imagine the stories? Hey, remember when I tried to kill you?
We had a right laugh about that, indeed, Mum.
Yeah, and well, I did tell you I was affected by a wave, right?
Yes, and it
Along
only
with
took
everyone
me
else.
and it only took me 20 visits to the therapist to believe you.
For 40.
Oh, snap! Look out!
We.
Stick the landing.
And we have a
He's got
cover
the-
for the title. Oh, snap.
Oh fuck! I missed.
Or did he?
That was my favorite tie. Huh? Ew. Nope, we just about got it.
Poison laced.
At least I'll be in Star Trek Beyond.
Yeah, but no one's going to see it.
Damn, but look how everyone's killing each other here. No wonder no one saw it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that baby really is gonna be scarred now.
Yeah, before they were just confused.
Oh!
I think the mom's gonna need therapy also.
Well, I hope the authorities are understanding.
Wow.
Otherwise, you know what happens to parents who get convicted for trying to kill their children.
To be fair, who won't be convicted now?
They might just throw all the cases out because honestly, we all had a funny 5 minutes.
Yeah.
They are saved. Well, except for those who.
By the way, the president apparently died, so we're gonna need a new one of those. Yes, Mommy would never hurt you, even though she literally broke down the door to try and get to you.
That child will repress those memories until they're teen years, and then you'll have a problem.
Oh boy. Bartender? Oh, right, the bartender's dead.
Yeah,
Well, that
we
means
blew
we
his
can get
head
all the
off.
drinks we want then. We don't need to ask. Okay, go for it.
That was technically a pun in and of itself.
Yeah. And so he died after he vomited because he saw his own blood.
That said, Eggsy, take a look around and make sure that everyone is dead just in case someone happens to be a petty rival who may come back with a grudge against you in the sequel.
Nah, that's fine. Everyone's dead, I'm sure.
Totally, right, Dwibs?
Sure.
Right, now, about that,
Proposal of yours.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. He's going to come in more ways than one. Merlin?
You're really gonna help him with this, but
Well, he
sure.
doesn't know. yet.
Shiroi, he saved the world. I think he's earned it.
Well, for a cell, like, that's pretty plush. You got a sofa in there and
The-
drinks.
Ooh, what's he? Ooh. Yeah, probably best to.
You, I was gonna say, you really gotta watch one of your agents do the
No,
do.
there's still more of the movie after this.
Well, sure. That was kind of a little reference to some of the older Bond scenes, because there's actually plenty of scenes where M catches Bond in the act, if you know what I mean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say, though, that's an interesting way to end the movie with pork.
Ooh. Yep. He's a Kingsman now.
Yeah. Oh, yes, he has.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, why don't you warn your boss that he's still, his boss had this before and look what happened. Ow.
So is the waiter responsible for putting in that specific type of glass so that a Kingsman can use the umbrella with it?
Probably it's just there waiting.
Yes.
Is there an after credits scene?
No.
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 I
It's
remember of my
here,
mother,
have
Katie, who always
have-
put the extra into ordinary and taught me what a Kingsman should be. Ah.
have a song from Gary Barlow instead.
Huh.
Well, it was nice to see the stepdad get twatted at least.
Yeah.
Well,
I
technically we didn't see it, but
Well, no.
No, you got
No,
hit in
the glass
head
to the
by it.
face is enough.
Yeah.
okay. I would personally I would have liked to see the whole fight, but whatever.
Well, it would have just been the same one again, so I don't mind it so much.
I do.
It was just nice to get something.
It was nice that we at least saw him do the stepdad in, but yeah, I do agree. It would have been nice if we saw the full fight.
I mean,
Okay.
we already had a fight like that.
That's it, though. Whew, what a wild ride that movie was.
So yeah, that was
Definitely.
Kingsman: The Secret Service. So, Jova, since this is your first time seeing this movie, you can give your final first.
It's a very, very, very well-made movie. Like, you know, it's one that knows the dance, knows the tropes, plays around with it, but does still manage to do interesting things with it. I will say that both this movie's strength and weakness, as was said before, is its lack of subtlety. For the most part, it does help in definitely getting across a good comic book feel while still feeling like something we can take seriously. But then you get to some of the less subtle stuff. Now, I don't know if it's actually a pretty interesting road not often traveled before, or if it was just a thinly veiled all politicians are evil move by making Obama the bad guy. Like, okay, I kind of get why they made the president a bad guy in the sequel, but with this one feels weird. Like, again, I guess the idea is that all politicians are evil, but again, feels weird. Very weird. Yeah, the lack of subtlety can definitely become, unfortunately, a bit annoying at sometimes, I'll admit. That said, not enough to put me off of this movie. I still enjoyed it. The music is absolutely ace here and there. The characters are all well and likable here. I will say, it is kind of a shame that the last interaction that Eggsy and Galahad, Harry, ever had was him progressing and sounding like he was disappointed in Eggsy, so that was a bit of a shame, alas. That said, overall, it's a rip-roaring good time, honestly, and one that I can really appreciate. And look to the future on forward. And yeah, despite not being, you know, even listed in the main casting, the guy playing Eggsy really did a damn good job, all things considered. So kudos all around, and like I said, looking to the future on The Kingsman and Kingsman 3.
I love how you didn't mention the second.
We'll get to that eventually. I mean, look, I still don't hate the second one, even now that I've seen the first one. But I think I've really come to realize a lot more of the problems of Golden Circle. And no, it's not that one thing either, it's other stuff. Anyway, next.
Pedro, you go next.
I freaking love this movie. This movie feels in a lot of ways that it was made specifically for me. Like when I first saw that scene in the theater of you know, where Galahad was saying exactly what kind of spy movies like, it was just like, oh my god, Galahad, you're my kind of bloke.
How British of you.
Well, he's British, so I use the British term for him. So yeah, I mean, Colin Firth is an amazing actor, so there was never any doubt that he was going to be great in this. And yeah, like Jova said, yeah, the bloke playing Eggsy is really good in this. All the actors. I mean, this is an overall stellar cast in general. So yeah, so and I'm really grateful for a movie like this, just because, you know, like fortunately later, like I would argue. Fortunately, later with Spectre, and yes, like with me and them said, Spectre is controversial, but I don't care. Spectre did a good job in being a throwback to those older days, without going too far in the goofy meter. So I think those kinds of movies, even in Bond movies, can still be done. I mean, we have Batista as an odd job style of antagonist in Spectre. I mean, a movie that does that can't be all bad. Come on, let's face it. But yeah, so yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it's just so awesome. Like, it's just a good old love letter to the golden age of spy films, and it's just pouring for that, and a great introduction. Like, so yeah, I absolutely love the movie. I mean, obviously, as for the incredible lack of subtle political commentary, more like political screaming. No, it's one of those cases where for this movie, it's one of those cases where the commentary doesn't get in the way of my enjoyment just because I kind of laugh at how badly in the face it is. But from what I've been told by Dwebs, it seems like unfortunately there will not be an option in the second movie because apparently he went completely off the deep end with this in the sequel. So
Yeah,
not looking forward to that.
Look,
Yeah,
I'll say this. Even as someone who doesn't hate it, even I was thinking, ugh, with...
basically, from the vibe I got in the second one was Americans suck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know, despite the fact that Americans help out the characters, so what kind of mixed messages was he trying to tell with the sequel?
I have no idea.
Was
but
he
anyway,
just
we're
sick
not...
of all the American movies that make Brits the bad guy? So he just turned around and was like, I've had enough of this. You all suck.
Yeah, but that sounds incredibly immature.
I mean, by the sounds of it, the movie sounds immature anyway.
Yeah, and it's not like this film was the bastion of maturity either, except it was fun.
All right, sure. Well, I don't have the sequel hindsight that Jova has, but otherwise, I agree for the most part. I really did enjoy this movie. The characters, the music choices, even the the mainstream music choices, and the choreography is fantastic. Not something I particularly talk about for movies, but yeah, it's something of note. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of choreography, they literally used a dancing choreography for a battle scene on a disco
Hey, I
floor.
love that. It's great.
I mean, it
It
helps
was a
you have
very
professional...
fabulous apocalypse, definitely.
It helps that the actress she cast as a dancer.
Brilliant.
I don't really mind, okay, not talking specifically about how blatant it was with the political commentary, but with some of the other aspects of it. Like, I don't really mind how unsubtle it was. I have a higher tolerance to things like that, I think, because the rest of the movie, more than made up for it. It's a very fun movie.
Yes.
Despite how grim some of these scenarios are, actually. I know nothing of the sequel aside from, I think, the one scene Jova alluded to, because I think one of you actually complained about that when you saw the movie. So
That is most likely.
Mm-hmm. But so I
exactly?
think
You know, Dwibs, that scene with the helicopter, but without spoiling.
I'm thinking of a different scene, but I won't talk about that because I don't remember exactly what it was off the top of my head, but I remember when the movie came out, one very specific moment was mentioned. I doubt it was the helicopter, though, because that would have spoiled this. And, yeah. But, no, this was a very fun movie. Just, yeah, and that's it.
Okay, and as for my final thoughts, yes, this movie is definitely very it's like this movie had absolutely no idea what the word subtle means. Now, in this case, for the most part, it works to its benefit. You have a lot of fun action, a lot of fun characters, especially Samuel L. Jackson's and Colin Firth's, even though I say Colin Firth is over the top, but you know. And Taron Egerton does a pretty good job holding up well with being surrounded by very accomplished actors like Michael Caine, Strong, etc. Yeah, I mean, overall, I do enjoy the movie a lot. It is like a 60s Bond film reimagined for 2015, and it does play it really well. In fact, 2015 was a pretty strong year for spy movies. There was this, and then there was Rogue Nation, and I did kind of like Spectre a bit, actually. However, as like you guys have also said, the film's lack of subtlety can also be a bit of a handicap, mainly because, well, yeah, I mean, he's not so much telling you about his political views as much as he's screaming in your face his political views.
And again, it's unfortunately only gonna get worse with the sequel.
Yeah, but we're not at the sequel yet, so yeah. But but again, I do think in some way for this movie it kind of works. I mean, it helps that this movie also exercises some restraints at times by having some very good dramatic bits, such as the catalyst of the movie, the death of Eggsy's dad, along with how the shooting the dog process actually worked.
And suggesting that maybe, just maybe, the drafting process is a bit outdated.
Yeah, well, when it's run by an elitist snob like Mark Caine's character, respect.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I do enjoy this movie a lot, and I highly recommend it. Unfortunately, I can't say the same about the next film we're going to be doing.
I'll admit, part of me is looking forward to having another go at Golden Circle, because now I can look at it again for a new lens, and because there are some things that I actually do still enjoy about Golden Circle despite the problems.
True, there is, but Golden Circle is not quite, it's still going to be a while before we do Golden Circle, most likely. Jova, I don't know about you, but, I mean, yeah, this was a very fine British, action movie, but I don't know. I'm in the mood for an action movie that's a bit more classic American action. You have something for us?
Maybe I could go for something like Honest Falsities, or, Lying Truths. Or, oh! I've got it! Tune in next time, folks. We're going to look at Arnold and James Cameron's big magnum opus, True Lies.
Well, not technically their magnum opus was Terminator 1, but sure, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be ironic in that that's not the first thing that comes to mind when you think of those two. Cheerio.
Cheerio.